All right, the NFL season is sneaking up on us. Before long, there will be preseason games, and we'll be back in to the regular season. So continuing to talk about different storylines, quarterback storylines heading into the 2023-2024 season. I thought we'd dive into Kirk Cousins this week because there's always a lot of questions about Kirk Cousins. Who is he? Where does he stack up? Where is he in terms of top quarterbacks in the National Football League? And I'll just say that I believe Kirk is one of the top quarterbacks in the National Football League. When you watch body of work, the types of throws and reads that he makes, the way he processes information on a normal basis, puts him to me up in the top 8, top 7 quarterbacks in the National Football League. Now, the one big question with Kirk is always, okay, in the biggest moments, can he step up and make that play, right? And let's just say there's not very many of those guys that have ever played the game or that are playing the game now that can step up in that moment and make that play. Those guys are championship quarterbacks, and we've got a handful of them in the National Football League right now, but they are rare. So most guys that play this game aren't necessarily that guy. So if you're not going to be that guy, you want to be right underneath those guys. And I think that's where Kirk Cousins is. And I think we're all waiting to see, can he ever make that jump to become a guy that you can just count on his right arm to win game after game after game in a tough National Football League. But I wanted to go back to the playoff game against the Giants because, Giants coming in, they're the underdogs, Minnesota's supposed to win the game, all of that stuff, and they don't win. And so a lot of it is always dumped on the quarterback. And I get it, quarterback-driven league, but how much of it is actually on Kirk Cousins? How much do we watch every single play to say, what could Kirk have done differently to win that football game? So I wanted to dive back into this game, and I'm going to have 2 parts this week like I usually do. The first part is going to be the first half of this game. I want you guys to see Kirk Cousins and the way he came out and played early in this game, the throws that he made in the first half. And then in the next session, we're going to just jump into the fourth quarter. Okay, so, want to see how a quarterback starts. Does he make the plays he's supposed to make to keep his team in the game? And then, of course, the fourth quarter, because that's a difference maker in the playoffs, in a close game. So how did he play in the fourth quarter? That's what we're going to look at this week in Study Ball. All right, so here we go. Come out early in the game, right? Decision making. All right, that to me is huge. Okay, so we're coming back. What do we have here? We've got a double slant on the backside. We've got what we call combo on the front side. All right, so what am I looking for really as a quarterback? For me, this is really about what I call a middle open, middle closed defense. If I've got 2 safeties, okay, 2 safeties back here, it's a middle open. You see the middle of the field is open. So when that's the case, I want to read to my double slants because it leaves one defender inside to that side so he can't cover both of these guys. All right, so that's what I want. On the bottom side, I look for middle closed so there's nobody in this alley to be able to take away my slant, right? Right here, there's a safety sitting there that can come take away the slant. You've got somebody that can jump the flat, so we don't like that side. So really, first we start out with decision making, okay? Boom, right here. Where's he go? He goes to the back side. Read that defender. This defender holds inside. Ball comes out on time. Right decision. Bang. Gets it to his guy. Starts the game with a positive play. Okay, we're going to come off the play action. Play action, simple 2-man route. We've got the post. And we've got the in right here. Deep safety sitting back. If he was up tighter and there was possibility of him jumping the in and us getting the post, okay, we can read that guy out. Him being that deep, we're really just coming out and seeing if we get these linebackers to step up. Once they do, put your foot in the ground and replace with the throw. Another nice throw, even though the safety's jumping. Ball's right on his face mask, protects his guy from any kind of a hit. So you see it coming out right off the bat. And again, this is what I talk about when we're talking about being one of the best quarterbacks in the league. It's first about decision making, going to the right place, understanding what you're doing, timing of your throws, and then the ability to make throws. Okay, this right here. Okay, they're going to run that corner and out. You're going to run a return in and in. So this is really a pure progression type play. A lot of teams run it 1, 2, 3, 4, back swinging, 5. Okay? As you guys know, I'm not a huge pure progression fan, and here's why. Because this corner sitting outside, I'm pretty much going to X that off right now. Okay? So I don't have a problem just peeking this, but once that guy comes down, I want to get back and read that defender right now. So for me, this can really just become an alert over here. And I say, if I don't like the alert right off the bat, I'm coming back here to read my high-low right now. I'm not wasting any time over to the front side. Okay, so maybe a little bit too much time wasted over there. Maybe could have exited out sooner, but okay, doesn't like it. Sitting outside, he jumps it, does a great job of getting back inside, pressure in his face, which was also a theme in this game. Dexter Lawrence in his face right there. Look at him come back. Knows what he wants to do, gets a little pull right here, and delivers the in throw with the guy in his face. It's a big-time throw right there that not a lot of guys in the league make. Okay, so here, just have what we call double stick, flat stick to each side. Okay, now, 2 different looks right here. Okay, so the corner's off to this side. So you could say to yourself, okay, I can read an outside linebacker. He's not in position. Maybe this side's a little bit better because he's got to pull to cover the flat. Where down here, it's more of a cover 2 look. So it makes it a little bit harder because one guy's already got leverage and he's sitting outside. So you see how his eyes are back into the quarterback. But regardless, you're saying to yourself, either way, I am reading the one defender outside for my read. So again, you see up top, because this guy's got to move to cover ground, it's going to open up the stick a little bit better right behind him because he's got to move and match to it. We want to always create movement by the defense. On the other side, this guy doesn't have to move because he's already in position, so now he does a better job of playing both of these guys, holding off the flat, eyes back inside. Now he turns and breaks and plays the stick. But you come down to this side, it's really the right read if you're going to throw it this fast. This guy's got leverage. You can't really throw this till he gets outside of him. See Kirk putting his foot in the ground, bang, ball's out. Another nice throw right on the body of his guy. Okay, just going to doctor this up with a little jet sweep, but we're going to run, and I like the way they run this route. I like this little expansion here by the first receiver because what they're going to do is they're going to run just as high-low right here. And this little expansion creates a bit of a rub on that guy to help get the out. Plus, that expansion gives us leverage if we're going to throw the corner. Okay, so I like the way they run the route. Good job by Kirk getting depth at first. Okay, it's always important. I call it a bucket step. Get depth, because once you get depth here, it forces you to have to turn your shoulders to make this throw. If you come out this way, it's harder to turn your shoulders because you're running at kind of a funky angle, as opposed to when you go back, now you can set your course. I always say that. Set your line to the throw. Does a great job right there. Turn and setting his line. Nice job getting the ball out. Bang. Right on the money. Another completion. So here we go. Early in the game. First drive. Moving down the field. Doing everything right. Little motion. Doctoring this up. Expecting to get man-to-man. We're going to go here and snap it. And just going to put him out here into the flat. Now this isn't easy because he's got to reverse pivot out with the play fake. And then turn and get set. Like to see him just a little bit quicker if he can, but that's tough with all that movement and the way they're asking him to do it. I don't know why they're asking him to spin out. I'd like to see him just open up right here, put your foot in the ground, not as much movement for the quarterback, but either way, boom, hits it, ball's on the money. Justin Jefferson able to reach out. I don't know if they called this a touchdown or not, but really good throw with all those things going on. So coming out with a bang, coming out showing, hey, I belong. It's the reason that we're in the playoffs, and I'm a part of that reason. And he came out and played really, really well early in this game. Okay, here we go again. Similar to the double stick, but now it's just double out. So it's an out and a stick, out and a stick. Pick a side. Pick a side. Doesn't really matter. It's pretty even on both sides. Okay, going to read outside in. Could throw it either side, but nice job, right? You come back, you see the corner. Corner's facing this way. We know if this guy gets to his outside number, he's got no chance to cover him. Boom. Ball is once again on the money right there. getting it out, knowing what he's seeing, putting his foot in the ground and making plays. Okay? Nice job right here. Hard play action, trying to get 7 pump right here. And I think they got something stopping right there. So we're trying to get that 7 pump. If you don't, go back here to 2 and then know where your checkdowns are. So trying to get that 7 pump. Don't get it. Safety bails out. Once again, pressure. Know where your checkdowns are, right? It's part of playing the position. Not everything's going to be a big throw, but instead of taking a sack here, which a lot of guys do, know where my check down is, get a completion. Even if you don't get a completion, right? At least you're saving yourself 7, 8, 9 hidden yards within a game. Good decision by him. Should have been caught right there. Who knows how far they get on that play. Okay, so this particular play here, I think they run a corner route here, flat, what we call popcorn. Let's just make sure. Yeah. And then on the backside, they're running a choice route here with a return. Okay, so always looking at the eyes of the quarterback, because that to me is a window to the soul, window to the mind, what they're thinking. So where do his eyes start? His eyes start right here, exactly how they should. Knowing I've got a choice route over here, or even just a quick slant here, because with this being a return, we probably don't even have a choice to break out. But knowing that I've got this guy breaking to the inside, I got to make sure I clear out that area. So my eyes are going to go there, make sure he matches over to that side. If he doesn't, then I'll work the top side. Once he matches over to that side, now it becomes a read very similar to my double slants. So Kirk does a great job of verifying front side. Now, these are the things, right? These are the ones that I want to see him always be aggressive and take. Why don't we take this throw? Okay, what stops us from taking this throw right there? I'm not sure. Okay, so missed opportunity. Even with that, I know he's going to come back and he's going to get this throw. Unfortunately, it's pressure. So obviously we're going to miss stuff. But he got everything verified and he's coming back looking at this. Just surprised he didn't throw it. Gets out. Nice job just throwing the ball away. Again, not taking a negative play. Another part of playing the quarterback position. Some guys try to make every play, try to prolong everything, and it leads to a whole bunch of sacks that puts their team in a bind. Seen a couple times already. Checkdowns, throw the ball away. Those are winning plays for a quarterback if nothing's there. Okay, so we've got what looks like a hitch here. It might be an under. They run this play a lot, what I call 72, a corner, and an under over there. Then they've got a shallow and a dig coming back to this side. So if that's the case, I don't really like to read this 72 against anything but man. Definitely don't have man here, but it looks like Kirk's coming off, and maybe this is supposed to be a hitch, so he's trying to give that a look. Doesn't have it. This guy's in his way. Does a great job of working back. Don't have it front side. Work through your progression. Nice job. You see his feet. Boom. Now his eyes come back. Like to see him maybe snap his feet a little bit more. Snap your feet back so you can read this one first or read that defender. But regardless, does a good job of getting back to his check down, his underneath guy on the shallow. Nice. Closing down. Know what you're seeing. Make a definitive decision. Get the ball to the right guy. Get a nice chunk throw. Okay. So now we already saw, right, that double out combination. So they're going to come out with the double out pump. Here, pump, stick, pump, out, pump, stick, pump. All right. So we're dialing up a little bit. Okay, so we always look outside first if we get a one-on-one. Okay, now do you call this cover 4? Do you call this cover 2? Okay, if it's cover 2 with the safeties over the top, now I'm thinking back more inside right now. Okay, but either way, you get this, we can 2-on-1 this safety right here, but I like to think almost inside out off of that safety if it's cover 2. But nice job here by Kirk. Outside guy stays soft. Safety widens. Look, ball's already coming out. Looking back to the inside. Even though there's pressure in his face once again. Good, quick decision off the safety. Set, second level throw. Another big time throw. Okay. Same idea as the double slant. Here, here. On the front side, looks like they're running something like this. I don't know, I'm kind of surprised this guy's returning into a shallow. So not really sure, but regardless, he's got the right look. One defender inside. Make sure that guy holds. If that guy holds, hit your outside slant just like you did on the first play of the game. There it is. Hold on your back foot. Stick it on the body of your guy. Okay, we call a mesh play. Okay, so come out, try to do something over here. Don't have it. We've got this mesh happening with the shallows. So you kind of look in here to here and then work back to the inside. So, okay, looking at that corner, don't have it. That guy's falling off. Shallow being doubled right here. Work to number 3. Does a nice job working through it. Boom. Ball's on the money again. Another touchdown. Pretty impressive start there for Kirk Cousins. Playoff game, big moment. Everybody's saying, Kirk hasn't really played well in the big moments. Well, that's pretty darn good start. That's his first half in this particular game. Really, no bad plays across the board. Had a drop, and I didn't show everything. There were some screens and some other things in there that happened in this game, but just trying to show primarily his throws. But that's a pretty darn good start. That makes you competitive in every playoff game you play in when your quarterback comes out and makes decisions like that. Getting back, knowing what he's seeing, putting the ball on the money, making chunk throws when there's chunk throws to be had. That's how he started the game. Thus the reason that Giants played well also. Thus the reason this was a close game going into the second half and the fourth quarter. And we're going to dive into the fourth quarter on the next tape.